Hey everybody, this is Will Ruddick, and this is another edition of the Village Market Simulator series. I wanted to just describe a demo that we do in the field here in Kenya, and we've done some iterations of this for about 10 years now, and you can play with it yourself and change it as you need to. So what we do is we are generally with a group of, let's say, around 20 women in a chama or a saving circle. They all have different businesses, and we go around and sort of map out what are the resources in the community, what kinds of businesses are they running. And then each of the people there, the women, will get a bunch of beans. And so these tens here, each bean would represent 10 Kenyan shillings worth of the products that they sell. So in this case, we have Amy here. So this is a little bit like a board game version of what we would do in person. So Amy sells fish at 20 shillings, and so she's got 5 fish here that she can sell, and she's got 100 of these tokens altogether with 10 beans equal to 100 tokens. Jimmy sells water at 10 shillings, so he's got 10 bottles of water here, and he's got, again, 100. So everyone's starting with 100 worth of value. These are all basically just explained as vouchers with Kenyan shilling value. They don't have to be. There's a lot of different rules that you can come up with in this game and replay it. And generally, that's what we do. We do several rounds of this. Steve sells haircuts. He's only got 2 to sell at 50, and he's got that 100 shillings again worth of his vouchers. Tina's selling bread. Faye's selling flour. Martin's selling vegetables at 10. The color here, the star, is just because I have only got 5 colors in Google's JamBoard. So just pretend that this is chartreuse or something here. And so we would just have everyone stand up, announce what it is that they're selling. Sometimes we would have people doing some kind of theme, like we're trying to get ready for a wedding or something like this. And generally they're asked to buy as much as they can from the other vendors and sell their goods. And so I'm just going to simulate a little bit of this. So let's say Amy is buying some water here. Oh, I just lost myself here. She's going to pull some water over here. There, she's just got some water. Let's say she's going to buy 2 of those. She's got some water. Now she wants to buy a haircut. Let's say 1, 2. This is a little tedious here. 3, 4, and 5. She gets a haircut, right? And let's say she wants to buy some bread as well. Okay. In reality, people would be playing this simultaneously. There can be a lot of iteration where people are reusing the bills that they get, but let's just do it like this for a minute. Jimmy's turn now. So Jimmy's got all these funds here. He could potentially spend these as well, but in this first round, we'll say you're only spending your own vouchers. We could also play it in which these are all the same voucher. So there's a lot of different variations we can do. But he also wants to buy a haircut. That's a priority here. So he's going to stick 5 of these over here. There we go. And now he's got a haircut. Great. Steve, what does he want to buy? He wants to buy some flour. Because he wants to make some ugali when he gets home, so he's going to stick 5 of his vouchers over here. And he gets some of this flour. Tina is going to also buy some flour because she needs it to make her bread here. So this is a little bit of like getting into sort of supply chains. What do people actually need in the system? What's missing in the system is very important as well. In terms of how these community currencies are going to grow. Faye is going to go ahead and buy maybe some of the bread here. Having trouble moving these. There we go. Let's say she spends another 10 on this piece of bread by itself as well. And then Martin, nobody's bought anything from Martin, and let's say Martin is he just wants to buy a little bit of water. Here we go. He's got a little bit of water. No one likes his vegetables, apparently. And he is also going to try to buy some bread here. And let's call that a round. Let's stick it over here. That's fine. Okay, let's just say. there. All right. So then we would tally up the results. So we would look at the board here and we say, okay, what does Amy have in terms of the community currencies? And she's got a big old 0. Jimmy's got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Steve has got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Tina's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So another 150. And Faye's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 160. And yeah, I may have missed a few here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Martin's got 50. Okay. And so we would talk about the result here and say, okay, well, what's going on as a community? First of all, we would start with what resources we have as a community and thinking of this as a way to share those resources. And so Amy has gotten goods and services from other people. And in some ways, we would say that she has not actually paid for them yet, right? Until people come in and start buying her fish, right? And she reaccrues her vouchers or someone else's vouchers, she hasn't actually paid for them yet. So this idea of reciprocal exchange and trade balance is super important here. So if we were in a mutual credit system right here, we would say Amy is at negative 100, for instance, in terms of she's got a debt of 100. She's spent 100, but she hasn't accepted anything back. Jimmy is down 20 from where he started. Steve is up 50, so he's got a credit. So here's Steve, all he's bought is this. He's got a lot of people's vouchers. They took all of his haircuts. And he's yet to sort of realize the profit on that, or the ability to spend those 50. Same with Tina, same with Faye, and then Martin is also down. So, these three people here who are negative in terms of they have a bit of debt to the system, and these people have a credit. So every week, these guys are generally meeting. So this is, in terms of talking about how do they clear imbalances with each other. And generally, it's about having market days and also being transparent with these balances. We get into topics of, well, why did everyone start with 100, for instance? And who is actually sort of auditing that everyone started as such. So if I, go back in time here, see if I can go all the way back. Yeah. So who said that this person created those tokens? How did they create those tokens? Generally, what we're dealing with in a community is that there's only one token that they're all creating together rather than individual for different businesses. But we could also play with this as these being different villages, right? So this could be village 1, village 2, and village 3, and village 4. And in that process, look at what is the agreement in terms of creating the supply of it? Who's auditing that? What if at the end of it, Amy got all these goods and services from other people and other people have her vouchers? What if she doesn't accept them back? So what's the mediation process around that? So there's a lot of different things to play with in this. So I hope you like it and I hope you play with it a bit and have a great day.